Hi, we're Team 77 and we're building an exploration station. My name's Rajay.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Tyler.
Today we'll be covering project management, intellectual properties that we found that would interfere with our obstacles, product decomposition, concept testing, and economic analysis. So far we have completed identification of customer needs, our target specs, which were our couple tasks, and concept generation, intellectual property search, and we're working on concept testing. We're working on the product architecture to connect our obstacles, and prototyping, as well as economic analysis.
Alright, so for intellectual property, we researched 5 patents that we could possibly infringe on while building an exploration station. The first one was the water wheel power generator. This design of the water wheel power generator, we specifically thought that we could possibly infringe on it due to the design of the water wheel and how the water wheel is able to spin using these types of fins, which were patented. But since the water wheel's patent has been expired, we will no longer infringe on any of those. Our mechanical actuator assembly, we thought we could possibly infringe on. That patent has not expired, but we discovered that in using actuators for a possible water lift, we just cannot use a gearbox and motor combination in order to use the actuators. We also have a spherical puzzle, which we used for the moon puzzle, and we do not infringe on that patent due to its expiration.
Alright, so now I'm going to talk about product decomposition. So these two figures here, the first one is a black box which just shows the input and output of our BRG. And the second one shows all the subproblems within the black box. So basically what we have entering the BRG, we have energy and the ping pong ball with a certain velocity. And then we have the same ping pong ball leaving our machine with the same exit velocity. Our important subproblems here, for the water lift, there needs to be some mechanical energy that is provided by the user to activate the actuators. For the moon puzzle, the user needs to complete the puzzle, so that's more mechanical energy. And for obstacle 3, the user needs to provide power to the Arduino in order to power the motor and push the ball through the obstacle.
Alright. So for concept generation, we conducted a gallery method, and we found that the space theme in our project was a crowd favorite, so we definitely wanted to incorporate that in the exploration station. When we did the concept screening and concept scoring matrices, we found that concept number 6, which is displayed down here, ranked the highest in both of them. Our selection criteria was ease of manufacturing, ease of use for the consumer. It would appeal to the target market of 3rd graders and 3rd grade teachers, and as well it needs to be portable between classrooms, so multiple classrooms can use it throughout the year. For the water lift, we're going to do a rocket theming around it. The moon puzzle obviously matches our theme, and then the turning wheel can be painted to look like a UFO.
Alright, so with concept testing, we sent out a bunch of surveys to teachers just to see their input on some of our ideas and some of our concepts. So the first thing, we got a very positive response for the BRG as a whole. They found it interesting and thought that it could actually help teach STEM concepts to these students. And we also received some positive feedback on the price. That kind of range, teachers said that they would consider buying it or would like to consider buying it. It's all dependent on budget. And they were also convinced that this theming that we decided, the space theme, was first of all a good theme, and second of all that theming in general would actually be useful in teaching these concepts to 3rd graders. Alright, we also analyzed some failures in our obstacles, and we're talking specifically with the turning wheel. So some failures with the motor, we realized that it could overheat, it might not have enough torque to turn the propeller fins, and generally that's because of friction with the table itself. The propeller fins themselves could actually break, they could get caught, or they could completely detach from the motor shaft. We also found something with the axle, so the axle could slip off the motor shaft, and that was a problem that we had in the beginning, and we're working on ironing that one out.
Alright, so for our economic analysis, we have a proposal for VTEPs Incorporated of what we believe an investment for the exploration station that would be sufficient. So we project that a $75,000 investment in the beginning, so at quarter zero, would allow us to have startup money to hire employees, to buy equipment, materials, design, and that would be enough money for our 2 quarters for our development, and that would also be enough money for marketing. And we also are requesting an annuity of $50,000 for quarter 3 and quarter 4. This will allow us to continue to ensure that we don't spend too much money or not enough money and run out of funds. And quarter 5, after quarter 4, we should be making approximately $200,000 in profit. And so we believe that it would be a very convenient proposal for VTEPs to receive $85,000 for quarter 5, so that they're not waiting for all of their money for quarters 11 or 12. So that way it has a lower risk factor. We're also willing to pay back VTEPs $40,000 for quarter 7 and quarter 8, and $35,000 for quarters 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we feel that this should be a sufficient amount of interest for their original $175,000 investment. They're receiving well over that, and their risk is minimal. In conclusion, our main focuses for this presentation were project management, especially a discussion of time management. Intellectual property, we researched relative patents related to our BRG, and we determined whether or not we infringed on them. Concept testing, and we determined specifics using a test survey for 3rd grade teachers. And economic analysis, we discussed our proposal for VTEPs Incorporated.
Thanks for listening.